Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today we are making a patriotic wreath because it's February and summer's coming. Summer is coming. Why was that never a thing? Why was it always winter is coming? Anyway, yeah, so if you've never seen any of these videos, this is where we start off. This is a Dollar Tree frame with 18 pipe cleaners. There'll be a video right here. Remember to put it here, of how I wire these. There's 12 on the outside, 6 on the inside. There's 2 in each section on the outside, 1 in each section on the inside, and that's how we do it. I am using a poly jute and a red, white, and blue fabric mesh. This mesh is it's so soft, like it's super soft. And this is it's a mixture because I had a roll that was open, so I cut it, then I cut it another bit, you know, it's like 2 or 3 rolls of just this. They're all cut at 20 inches, 18 to 20 inches up in there, and yeah. So I am going to I'm gonna put this off to the side. I cut all my ribbons and everything already because, well, we'll get into that later if you watch the long version. So what I'm gonna do is, I want my jute on the bottom. I'm going to curl up both ends, give it a little bit of a ruffle. And I think I'm going to start in the middle and the inside, because every time I don't start in the inside, I'm like, why didn't I start in the inside? And why am I doing this when my index finger doesn't work? So again, we're going to curl this up a little bit, turn it, curl this end up a little bit, ruffle it, and this one's going, you know, when we put it in, we want them to form like an X. And this will make a super full wreath, like a very, very big wreath. And then we're just going to keep doing that. I have mesh everywhere because it's hard to cut the, especially this, not this one over here that you can kind of see it over here. That's got the burlap through it. That's from Hobby Lobby. It's so like it drags because of the texture. So I was just kind of cutting when I could. It was like, all right, I gotta cut these one at a time. So there's mesh all over the place. So curl, don't do them too tight. Just contain those edges. Get them in there. This finger is, oh, there we go. This finger is super swollen, so when I do like that, it bothered me a little bit. And yeah, I know cracking it's probably the worst thing I could do, but it moves now, so. Roll. And I'm putting these curl side up. Like sometimes we put them down. I'm just gonna put these up. And I'm going to continue all the way around, and then I will pick up when we start adding our ribbons. Hello, long version people who I love, who sit through ads. What's going on, y'all? I needed some wreath therapy tonight. I made 2 wreaths earlier for my friend Kyle. She sent me a message on Instagram. She was like, hey, do you have the stuff to make another one of these wreaths? And it was the purple and cream colored tulip wreath, which I'm positive you guys have seen by now. And I was like, no, but I can get it. And the one that she was looking at was on a 14-inch frame, so I did hers. You know, I was like, oh, I can do it on 18-inch frame. So I went all the way to Michael's because they said they had the tulips. They didn't have the tulips. I substituted with the Walmart tulips, which I don't like. And when both of the wreaths were done, I hung them outside and I said, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So, got on Michaels.com, ordered the tulips, and now later on, or tomorrow, or whenever they come in, I'm gonna have to take apart the other 2 wreaths and fix them because I was like, this is hideous. It was like so bad. My mom was like, I don't see what's wrong with it. I was like, well, it looks nothing like the wreath she ordered. Because I was like, oh, it'll be purple. Like, it's not the same tulips, but it's not the same tulips. And I sent her pictures and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna redo these. And she didn't get back to me yet. I'm sure she wouldn't care. Like, it's still kind of the same, but I want to give her what she wanted. So I had to do that. I just got off the phone with my mom. She went to go look at a house today. And she said the guy, it was an old man that was living there. And she said, reminded her so much of Carl, and she got really upset. And I was like, of course, the one time I don't go look at a house with her. So I was like, let me go talk to my friends. What y'all doing? I am having a decently good day, despite all that. I did go to Michael's. I got the cream tulips, not the purple ones. Wow, I found a woman and I was like, the website and the app both said that there are 6 packs of purple tulips here. Or I think it was like 6 or 7, and I was like, I need all the purple tulips you have. And they only had 1 there. And she was like, well, let me scan it. And she scanned it. She's like, no, this is the only one. I was like, why did your website say you have 7 then? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, what about the lavender ones? And she's like, well, let's go over there and we'll scan the lavender ones. I said, there's no lavender ones out. And she's like, oh. So she goes looking through like all those bins. She's like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have anything. And I was like, why does the website say you do? I drove all the way out here when I could have ordered online. Like this morning, I was like, do I want to go to Michael's? Because I didn't need anything else besides these tulips to do Kyle's wreath. But I went with my sister, and then I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. I said, what is the point of having the app that says, we have this stuff, and then you get there, and they're like, no, sorry, we don't actually have it. I was so aggravated. But, I survived. I made 2 hideous wreaths. They're not bad. I think I'm going to do a video when I redo them. They're not bad. They're just not what she wanted. And she has ordered from me. She ordered Christmas from me. Now she's ordering spring. I want that summer wreath. I want those fall wreaths. So I'm going to make sure that she gets exactly what she wants. Repeat customers. Yeah, I thought I would work on this for a little bit. I am super tired. I don't know if I made any. I think I made a video. What was I doing? I'm trying to look, like I'm looking around at the walls to try to see which wreath I was doing. Oh, I think I talked about it in one of my other videos, going to the hospital because my back was hurting so bad, and starting pain relievers, and not pain relievers, muscle relaxers, and then I went to my primary and I started a different muscle relaxer for at night because I can't handle the drowsiness. It freaks me out, makes me nervous, gives me anxiety. So now I'm taking a lighter one during the day and then a stronger one at night so I can sleep. And I started physical therapy. Today's Thursday. I started yesterday, I'm going back tomorrow. And that is 6 weeks. Let me tell y'all, this girl, I keep getting these like tiny, petite women. And I'm like, are you sure you're gonna be able to like do what you gotta do? And she's like, yeah, no problem, I do this all the time. And I'm like, okay. But I got there, we did like a little, I don't know, it's like a Stairmaster, but you're sitting down. I don't know what it's called. Did that to warm up, did a bunch of stretches, got a massage. She hooked up the TENS unit with a cold pack because I was like, give me the cold pack, because it was like 7 in the morning when my appointment was, and my appointment was at 7 in the morning, and I had laid on the heating pad before I left. So when I got there, I was like, can we do cool pack? And she's like, oh, we usually start with heating pack, but we can start warming you up first. This girl put me through it, y'all. She's like, okay, now we're gonna lift our arm over our head, and we're gonna go sideways, and you feel the stretch. And I was like, oh, yeah, I really feel that stretch. She's like, okay, let's do that 3 times for 30 seconds each. And I was like, wait, what? said, girl. But the massage is good. The TENS unit was lovely, heavenly. If you have any kind of pain and you don't have a TENS unit or access to one, I'm gonna they're seeing if they can get me one, the same one they have there to use at home, because it was lovely. I was just like, oh, this is so good. But yeah, I was up on the table and she's like, okay, I'm gonna, she's like, can you lie face down? And I was like, God, this table's so little, I'm so big, flipping around, my feet are sticking off the edge of it. And she's like, tell me if there's too much pressure, if I'm hurting you or anything, because like when I was doing some of the stretches, I was like, okay, well that's pulling a little more than I would like it to. So, you know, we stopped and she said, all right, well, roll over. So I roll over onto my stomach, and I know that she gets a towel, because she's like, let me just grab a towel. So she grabs a towel, and then she's like massaging. What am I doing? I was getting ready to cruffle that. She's massaging my butt, basically. I mean, like the very top part of my butt. And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, my butt crack is totally out. My entire butt crack is exposed. So, I was like, hey. She's like, you okay? And I was like, yeah. I said, is my butt crack hanging out? She's like, there's a towel over you. Nobody can see anything. I can't even see anything. And I was like, okay, good. That's fine. I said, I don't care. I don't want to be put on a show for everybody. And I was like, also, that's nowhere near where the pain is. So she's like, oh, okay. So I was like, it's further up. So she moved further up, and I was like, oh. She was like very kittenish. Like, she was like, is this okay? And I was like, oh my God, just get your elbow into it. But she was super sweet. And I like that. Like, if I have especially someone where you have to be like, not that physical therapy is like vulnerable, but you know, somebody who's touching all over you, you know, I don't like that to begin with. But like, I'm glad that I met her, and I'm meeting the other therapist tomorrow, and hopefully I get along with her too, because, you know, we got 6 weeks of this. But I do feel, I felt better. Like, when I was walking out, I was just like, oh. I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to not be in constant chronic pain. And my back hurt a little bit that night. It hurt a little bit yesterday. No, it hurt a little bit today. I was like, when did I go? But I went yesterday. It hurt a little bit today, but it was more of a sore hurt and not so much of a spasm hurt. And I went out with my mom yesterday because she has decided that she wants to work only the 2 to 11 shift, because the store closes. You know, there's too much going on in the morning. Like, everybody's trying to do this, do that. So the 2 to 11 shift there's usually more people in the store, but there's less, like, most of the morning crew has done a lot of the stuff. So it's not like she has to go and do 50 different things at once. So she had worked the night before yesterday, and then I left therapy, which the hospital's right by her house, and she met me at my house, and we went off and we did our Walmart stuff and all that, and it was nice. I bought lunch because I got paid. But I am not getting paid. I got paid for, it's February, so I got paid for January, but I'm not getting paid for February because I did not make enough money, because YouTube screwed up my ads. You know, they're supposed to place mid-roll ads like automatically. They were placing mine right before the pictures at the end of the videos pop up, which nobody watches to the end of the videos. Very few people watch to the end of the videos. So I was like, oh, no. So to go in, fix every one of them automatically, and I was like, this is a pain, but Okay. And I am looking forward to getting this done. I don't have a sign or anything for it, so I don't know what else is going on here, but getting this done, or at least partially done, and then I'm going to get in bed, and I'm gonna lay down with my heating pad and relax. Maybe watch a movie, probably watch YouTube. There's like a bunch of movies I want to watch, but I felt so bad, like I was like so anxious the past couple days because I've been in so much pain that I was like, I can't watch a horror movie. You know, that's just gonna freak me out. And I'm not like, y'all know how much I love horror movies, but I was like, I just can't be in that headspace of being anxious about the movie and then being anxious in real life too, you know? But I feel like I'm in a good spot. I haven't taken a Valium in like, never mind, I took a Valium yesterday. Never mind, y'all. I was about to be proud of myself for something. But yeah, the muscle relaxers at night are like, I was like, oh, why didn't we do this like 10 years ago when I first started complaining about my back always hurting? I didn't know there was like a daytime option and a nighttime option. But if anybody's on them, it is tizanidine during the day, and it's 2 milligrams. It's 2 milligrams, and I can take those twice a day. So I usually take like 1.5. I'll do it in the morning if I'm not doing anything, but like yesterday or today, I didn't take it because I knew I was going to be driving out to Michael's, so I took it at lunchtime. I took 1.5, had a nap, and by the time I took the nap, I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm refreshed. I don't, it's not like that lingering zombie feeling. And then nighttime is cyclobenzaprine. It's Xanaflex. It's 5 milligrams, because there's these, my doctor's like, if you don't want to take the 10, because they're 10 milligram pills, she said, just cut them in half. Get these pills, y'all. Let me tell you, there's no score line. I can't snap them. I tried cutting them with a knife, and they just like turned into powder. I couldn't find my pill cutter. So I took like half the first night and then like a quarter and a second quarter last night. And I was just like, what is going on with this? So my mom actually Carl had a really nice pill cutter that she gave me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try to cut these up at some point. Let me alternate these because I don't want, you can't tell the difference between the two different meshes, but I just want them spread out a little bit. But yeah, I have them done for the rest of the week. I just need to sit down and cut up the rest of them. I was like, how am I supposed to cut this pill up? If I had known they were that small, I would have, asked the pharmacist to do it for me. Because they are very small. Like, I take one pill that's like, my mom's like, because my mom does my pills because it freaks me out because I think I'm going to drop one and the dog's going to eat it and his cholesterol's going to go so far down he's going to die, or his blood pressure's going to go so far down he's going to die, or he's going to have so much serotonin pumped into his system he's going to die. So there's this one pill and my mom's like, I hate this pill, it's so hard to pick up. Like, she got to pick it up like with her nails because it's so tiny. And the muscle relaxer is even smaller than that. She was looking at it, she's like, are you serious right now? And I was like, yeah, we got to cut it in half. Oh, God, this finger. Oh. And these muscle relaxers, like, they're doing a good job. My back is, right now my back's okay. Usually when I'm like, I don't want to spoil the illusion for y'all, but usually when I'm working on a wreath, my back starts hurting about the time I switch from slow version to fast version, fast version to slow version. Like 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh, my back is kind of hurting. But yeah, I'm doing good, except my mouth is like a desert. My mouth is so dry. and they were kind of giving me headaches, like not bad headaches, not like the headaches, not like my tension headaches, thank God, because that would have been like, how do I choose between which pain I want to deal with, my back or my head? And I would have chosen the back, because the headaches are just, whew, freaking brutal. If anybody gets like those, like wraparound tension headaches, oh my God, peace be with you. Yeah, I said, you know, besides, like, I was like, everything's great, everything's fine, except I drank an entire 8-pack of Powerade, like not these big bottles, or you can't say, not these big bottles, the smaller ones. I drank an entire 8-pack of Powerade in one day. And my mom was like, well, did you sleep better though? And I was like, no, because I got up every 15 minutes to pee. I was like, this is serious, like, hardcore cotton mouth. So I made sure to get me a big one before I came and sat down because I knew I'd be talking. That white cherry, I wish they sold that in the 8-pack. So yeah, that's what's going on over here lately. I'm so upset about these wreaths, y'all. Is one of, no, not one of them, not even in here. I would have showed it to y'all. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look, I was just like, I got done. And I was having so much fun doing it because I wasn't recording it, because I've already recorded the version that she wanted to buy. Like, I already have a video on that. So I wasn't recording it. I was just watching Hulu, having fun, gluing into this wreath, you know, doing my thing. And I got them outside and I was like, these look terrible. I was like, the sunlight is not forgiving out here. Natural light is not forgiving. Like, underneath these bright lights, like maybe it blows out some of the, how terrible it looked. But they are fixable. I'm gonna have to eat some of the profit, but. And the tulips from Walmart aren't bad. They don't go with the tulips from Michael's, and that's what I was trying to make happen. Not to save money or anything, because the tulips from Walmart were actually more expensive. Just because I couldn't get them. Those people going out buying 35 bunches at a time. But whatever, me and my sister had a nice ride out there. Oh, and I bought this at Walmart. My car keeps telling me, like, I drove the same car for, what was it, a 98? I got rid of it last year. So it was like 21 years old when I got rid of it. Been driving it, my first car I got as soon as I got my license. Been driving it forever until it was like, hey, I can't go anymore, I'm dead. And I was like, okay. So when I got my new car, we're not falling off. We're staying up here. When I got my new car, like, I'm not, you know, my old car was 98. This one's 2000 and something. So, you know, when the little symbols pop up, it's like, you know, this little thing pops up and it's like right rear tire needs air. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. I didn't even have a sensor that said any of my tires needed air on my last car. So I filled it up at like a gas station thing, and then, I don't know, like a week later it said it again. And the only air thing that takes a credit card, the little thing's broken so you can't change the pressure. And I never have money. I never have quarter. Like, who has a bunch of quarters to go feed into an air machine thing? So I bought it hooks up to your cigarette lighter, which I didn't even know I had in the car, so that was a new discovery. It hooks up to the cigarette lighter and it pumps up the tire, and it's all digital and you can see everything, and I was like, this is nice. I don't think I have enough mesh. Okay. Calm down. 1, 2. Yes, I do. Okay. Actually, I think I have extra. Wow. So I got that when we went to Walmart. because my mom's tires are always like, hers, like my car will say like left rear, her car just says low tire pressure. So we have to go around and figure out which one it is. So I was like, listen, I have this, it's in the back of my car. Super nice. I think it was by like Hyper Tough. And it was so easy to use. So if you ever need something like that, like the one at Walmart was, I think they had a $16 one and they had a $22 one. I got the $22 one because it was digital. And like you set it for how high you want it to go and then you just leave it. It's slower than like the air pumps at gas stations, but it was like maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Went from 20 pounds to 35. So yeah, I bought some tulips that I, ended up not using, or using, but I'm gonna unuse them. I'll just put them in, like I'm not worried about like losing them because I'm gonna put them in another wreath. It's just, I wanted to scratch that off my list that is this long. It's like I have to send a package to somebody. I have to place an order with Craft Outlet. I have to, now twice a week I have this standing physical therapy appointment. I started weighing myself again on Monday. Because I'm like, my back hurts, losing weight helps everything. So it's like, let me get back on track because like I'm pretty good about losing weight, but when I'm off track, I'm just like, oh, I don't care. So I weighed myself and I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. And the next day it was 10 pounds less and I was like, ooh. I was like, look at me after one day of dieting. And me losing 10 pounds in one day is not a big deal. Like I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh, look at me. Because that's just how my body is. Then I got on a scale the next day and I was 9 pounds heavier. And I was like, okay, so, all right. And then I got on a scale today and I was 9 pounds heavier again. And I was like, okay, so maybe we need new batteries for the scale. Maybe we'll look into that. Does everybody have mesh now? So, is it bouncing? That's bouncing. And if I want, I can put one in the middle. Okay. I'm gonna push this over here and bring down my ribbons. I explained in another video that going forward, my bows and my ribbon tails, not always my bows, but my ribbon tails are definitely going to be done beforehand just because y'all need to see me cut this. And I can do this sitting down, not stressing out my back, not stressing out my body. All right, now when I ordered these ribbons, I ordered this one and then this same ribbon in 2.5. And then I ordered this one, not realizing that I had also ordered the blue and the red polka dots. So I don't want the polka dots to go together, but these blues would have to go together. What do we think? I don't want the blues together, I know that. And this is reading blue, so the polka dots will have to go together, I guess. I didn't cut any of the 2.5 inch of this ribbon just because I was like, I don't know. Okay, so these are my ribbons. They are cut at 14 inches roundabout. They're dovetailed already. I'm gonna fold them in half to get the midpoint. Pinch it together, fold it like this, use my fingers to pull those out so we have like a little bird, and then these are going to go in here. I'm going to give these a couple good twists because nothing else is going in here. And then we will snip. that down and spread these out. This is really nice ribbon. This is like some heavy duty ribbon. That doesn't want to stay over there. Oh no. Okay. Alright, and then we're taking the stripe and this kind of checkered something, putting it together, folding them in half to get the midpoint, pleating, folding, birding. What would we call that? Birding. And then these are going in next. Get them in there a couple of times. Flip it off. And so we went 2.5 to 1.5, 2.5, 1.5. So now I'm going to pull out the 2.5, the 1.5, the 2.5, the 1.5. And I realized that I didn't cut enough of these. So I'm gonna do like, I know I'm gonna do like 6, and then I'm gonna add my bows. So yeah, so I'm gonna put most of these in, and then we'll come back and do the bow. Yeah, I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cut 6 of those 12, so I needed 9 of each, but I only cut 6 of each. So yeah, because there's going to be like bows here, so I don't put ribbons there because they get covered up. I don't have a sign for this because there's no Patriotic stuff at stores. I have none in stock here, and I don't need to order from, I do need to order from Craft Outlet, but like after I get paid for Kyle's Wreath, so this one might get like half done and then finished in a week or so. But yeah, I'm just gonna do these next 3, and then we'll call that a night because I don't want to push it. Oh, you guys, you know what? I can't find frames anywhere, the Dollar Tree frames. I went to go order them on the website. They're like, how many do you want? I was like, just give me a case. Check out, have them shipped to the store. As soon as it's done checking out, they don't tell you this beforehand. They wait until they take your money. They're back ordered for 30 days. And I was like, you took my money. I could have used that $40 in the next 30 days. But now you have it. And why are they back ordered? Like, I get that stuff coming in from China is super slow right now because there's nobody to work the Wreath shop just posted something about that, about how it's hard to get the stuff in because there's nobody to work the docks. Not necessarily that the products aren't there, they're just sitting in ship somewhere. So I have 2 wreaths left, and then I guess I'm gonna start taking apart old wreaths and using those bases. Because I can't find them. I've been to like 5 or 6 Dollar Trees looking. Can't find them in the store. They're back ordered online. I was just like, oh man. Dollar General, I think it's Dollar General, they sell a wreath form that's, I think it's like $1.75, which I'm not thrilled about, but you know, I can, you know, if I'll eat the cost of that. Like, I wouldn't, you know, I charge $3 for the frame, even though it only cost me $1. I'm not going to charge whatever 3 times $1.75 is, which is 50 plus 75, so 525, I think. Not that that would make a huge, you know, what's $2 more? What's 75 extra cents, I guess, times 3. But I should have ordered them as soon as I could not find them. Instead of being like, well, I have 10 at home. And then I was like, well, I have 5 at home. And now when I took this one down to wire it, I was like, I have 2 at home. Great, perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I like to do 6 on one side. The bows here, usually nothing in the middle because there's usually something. And then the other two will go in between where the bows are, if you're wondering. I had somebody on, she sent me the pic, she bought my Valentine's wreath, like I think it was the first one I posted this year. She bought it and I was like, oh, send me a picture, and she, you know, she said that she forgot, which, that's fine. But she asked if I could make one similar to a wreath that my friend Amy bought. You know, I made it a while ago. It was like a patriotic, kind of farmhousey with a big wooden star on it, and I was like, I wish I could, but that star I bought from Walmart on clearance like 3 years ago. So I said, you know, I knew that this this wreath was waiting. I was like, I have some stuff, we'll give you, like, you know, I'm gonna message her on Etsy and be like, hey, this is it, if you want me to list it as like a reserve, if you want it, like, I'll give you first dibs at it. Because I've been getting a lot of messages from people, and they're like, can you make this one that's sold out? And I was like, no, sorry. Like, you need to sign up for notifications, because it's not like I list on Monday, like I list when I have the wreaths. Alright, so we need 2 of that and 2, so I need to put 1 more of these, I guess. Oh no, 1 more of each, okay. Nope, what am I doing? You. My friend, Jenny, her mom, is like, Mina, my friend owns a boutique. And, you know, she would love to carry your wreaths. They're so beautiful, because she owns, she probably has like 4 or 5 of my wreaths at this point. And I was like, oh, I'll think about it, but let me tell y'all, every time I told my mom was like, well, what do you think? I said, I think that it is not worth the trouble of me packing up a bunch of wreaths, bringing them over there, and then having to go get them in 3 weeks when the shop closes down. Because that has happened every time. Somebody has been like, oh, I have a shop. I've always had to go and then pick up everything that they have not sold, because nobody goes to the shop, because those kind of shops, we're not a boutique place around here. I mean, I was at lunch today with my mom and only one person didn't have Crocs on, including me. I was like, also, my price point does not, this is not the price point for where I live. Like, I know that. But I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I've been through like 3 or 4 places that were like, hey, can we carry your quilts, your jewelry, whatever? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 more of the stripe with the, whatever this is. I like this, whatever it is. This is like a nice neutral ribbon. And it comes in pretty much every color, I think. I know I've seen it on a lot of people using it. So yeah, it's just that we don't have the market down. Like, I don't have anything against selling in like a brick and mortar place. It's that we don't have the market. We definitely don't have the market for my wreaths, and they don't have the market for the stuff they're selling. Like, we have one shop, they started out super strong in like this big, it used to be a clothing store. It's now a nail salon. And it was this big place, like a big building, and then they moved to a smaller one, and then a smaller one, and then they moved to the hospital gift store, and now they sell their stuff in a pharmacy because we don't have the market. So my wreaths will stay on Etsy, and I will be in complete control, and I won't have to share my earnings with anybody else. Okay, so I have my 6 of each in here. I am going to stop for now because, you know, we have to do that sometimes for our health and our backs. And that it's nighttime and I'm tired. So we're going to come back. I'm going to make my bows, and hopefully I will find something to go on this wreath because I have nothing. I am going to make some quick bows for this. I think I'm just going to do funky bows with this one, and then the red, this one, and then the red dot, and then the navy stitch dot, or whatever it's called. 7-inch tails, 6-inch loop, cut that real nice. It'll come through the other way with the 7-inch tail. Loop. The red on top? No, I guess we'll do the red on top. And this one's gonna go 6-inch tails, 5-inch loop. Six-inch tail. Five-inch loop. Right, before I cut these, I'm just going to, I mean, before I tighten this, I'm just going to kind of get these where they need to go. My pipe cleaner. Put it through the middle, right there where the indentions are. Snug it up tight. Pull it hard. Give it a couple of good twists. We should have a fully formed bow just like that. Okay. You just gotta dovetail those edges, and then we'll stick that in there. I'm gonna make 2 more of those. So I know I said I wasn't going to be doing like bows and stuff on here, but I feel like I'm kind of losing my mind because I don't have anything to do. I don't know how it happened, but I'm just like, okay, I'm working on this wreath, which I can't finish because I don't have any 4th of July stuff to put in it or patriotic stuff. I don't want to start a new wreath until this is done. My orders are all packed up. I could clean my kitchen, but not really in the mood for that. Is anybody ever in the mood to be like, hey, let's clean the kitchen? So I said I'm gonna make these. Let me just turn the camera on, we'll hang out. I had my second appointment with physical therapy today. I left, my appointment was for 11. I left my house at 10 because I needed to go do x-rays first. And by the time I got there, it was like, I got to the hospital like 10:15, and you have to go through the freaking Fort Knox of security to get into the building. So I go and I sign in, and I'm like, okay, I have like 45 minutes for them to take me back there, get the x-rays done, and then get the physical therapy, which is just, you know, on the other side of the hospital. So like that's plenty of time. So they call me pretty quick, and I'm like, okay, cool. And the technician's like, hey, I'm whoever, I'm gonna take your x-rays, blah, blah. She's like, we're getting some, looks like we're doing some imaging of your back. And I was like, yeah. She's like, okay. So we go in there, in the x-ray room, and she's like, we'll stand here, and, you know, we'll move this, and do this, and she's put me in all these positions. And I'm like, okay, this is going on. And she tells me to stand up with my left side facing the plate like this, like just how I'm filming, like the plate's over here. But to put my arms up like this with my back straight. And then she proceeds to take what's got to be 15 x-rays, and I'm like, my arms at this point are like this. So I'm like, and she keeps telling me to hold my breath, which is making me anxious. And then she calls somebody else in there, and I'm like, oh God, what did they find? Is there a xenomorph inside of me? So she's like, this machine is very old. And I was like, oh, great. Like, Oxner just bought our hospital, or took over management of our hospital, so I don't know why any of the machines should be old, but whatever. She's like, we're gonna have to go redo these in the other room. So I'm like, okay. So I grab my phone and my wallet, which were off to the side, and look at the clock, and it's like 10:38, and I was like, okay, we're cutting a little close here. So we go in this other room, and we do the whole song and dance all over again. She calls in another person, and then another person, and then another person. And the third lady's like, well, that's just what they're gonna have to get if we can't get a good shot. And I was like, is there something I could be doing to help? And she came in there, she's like, no, it's not your fault. It's just, you know, our machines are old, and we can't get an unobstructed view. And I was like, so did you get what you need? She said, we got most of what we need. And I was like, okay. I don't know what that means, but she couldn't get the photograph of like my upper back, which is, I don't have a problem up there. I mean, I do today because I was holding my arms out in front of me like a lunch lady for 45 minutes. So I left there, and like, first of all, sprinted to the bathroom because I had to pee so bad, and then like sprinted to physical therapy. I ran into my dietitian on the way. She's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you. She's like, I'm on break. What are you doing? She's like, I'm on lunch break. What are you doing? I was like, I'm actually late for physical therapy. So she's like, oh, okay, well, come see me, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, okay, bye. So I get to physical therapy, and I'm like, I am so sorry. I was only, I think it was like 4 minutes late, 5 minutes late. And I'm not late. Like, that's not my thing. Because I don't tolerate that from other people. So I can't be late and just, you know, I don't tolerate lateness from other people, so I have respect other people's time. So I told the receptionist, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I said the x-rays were messed up or something, or I don't know what's going on. And I said, you know, that's why I'm late. And she was like, you're not more than 15 minutes late, are you? And I was like, no. I said, because it was like, at that point, it was like 11:07. I was like, no, I think I'm good. I'm just you know, a couple of minutes late. I said, okay. So I sit down, and then it's like another 10 minutes before the technician comes out. Not the technician, the therapist. She's like, hi, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. She's like, oh no, don't worry about it. I was like, the machines weren't working, and I don't know, I've got an obstructive view of my spine or something. But she's another little bitty woman, and I'm like, this poor girl. I said, and it's all three of the therapists I've worked with, they all look exactly the same. They all are small. They all have dark hair. They all have dark eyes. There's like, I'm like, can one of y'all like get a tattoo? Because like one of them told me hi, and I was like, is that the girl from last week? Because I've only met the, I've met the girl from last week, and I met the girl today. The woman, I shouldn't keep saying girl. And then the therapist person who evaluated me, she passed by, and she was like, oh hey, and I was like, hey, again? And I was like, no, that's not her. But my the therapist today, she was like, let's get you on this. It's like a Stairmaster thing. Warmed up on that, and then there's all these tall tables, but there's like low tables too. So she put me on one of those, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much less. I don't know, something about those tall, skinny tables, they make me nervous. Because I'm like, I'm gonna fall off. But this was like a, like a queen size bed size table. Queen size bed size table, yeah. So we get there, we do our stretches and everything. She's like, did you want oil or lotion with your massage? And I was like, what? She's like, do you want lotion with your massage? And I was like, no, we do my massages over the clothes. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, is that something y'all do here? She's like, well, sometimes I don't know. So she's like, do you want to be on your side or on your back? I was like, I'll do side. So I roll over onto my side, and she gets up on her knees on this bed with me. And she's like on top of me, because I told her, I was like, the girl last week, she was, everything was, not last week, my last visit, I was like, it was fine. I said she was just very gentle, which I understand, because you don't know how much pain somebody's in, when you start physical therapy. So I was like, you go in and you do what you have to do. When I tell you guys, this woman nearly killed me, oh my god. She was like, I could feel her like pushing down, like I was going, like pushing down into the bed, and I was like, what do these women do to work out? Like, how are they all so strong? Or am I just a weak kitten? So I got like this super long massage. Incredible. And then I did the cold pack for a little bit. And the TENS unit, the E-stem thing, which I love. And I was just like, oh. And they break at 12 for lunch, so I was going a little bit over. They were all coming into the main therapy room. And my friend Scott, who I went to high school with, he's like, you watch Cobra Kai? And I was like, I watched a couple of episodes of it. I said, I think maybe one or two. He's like, that's what we watched at lunch. And I was like, weren't y'all watching Game of Thrones last time I was here? And he's like, yeah, no, we're watching Cobra Kai. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, I'm not gonna stay for that. So I left, came back home, because I was, like, it's warm here today, and I was worn out. Ate some lunch, took a nap, ate some lunch, developed a splitting headache, took a nap, woke up, headache was still there, and I was like, I gotta do something today. Like, even though I did therapy and this and that, but I had to actually, like, get some work done. The therapist was like, you got any plans for this weekend? I was like, working. Oh, and we did have someone sign up for Patreon. Alright, sorry. Who signed up? I know her name. Amanda Brown is my first patron on Patreon. There she is right there. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Now I have to actively update it. That was my doctor. They must have called and left a voicemail, but I, of course, did not see it. So maybe it's in my chart and we can see what's wrong with my back. No significant alignment abnormality. Vertebral body height are unchanged from 2019. No evidence of recent compression or fracture. Multi-level Marginal vertebrae end plate spurring is again noted in the mid-lower thoracic spine. Vertebral end plates remain well defined. No osseous destructive process or paraspinal soft tissue mass. Okay. Any X-ray techs want to tell me what that means? Because I don't know. All right, let me get back into regular non-talky Adam. All right, my 3 bows are made. I'm going to grab my wreath, and they are gonna go here, here, and here. I like to put these on first, and then put the one in the middle, and then we'll add our ties to the outside, and then this wreath will be done because I have nothing else to add to it. So I'm just gonna wire these on. Then we'll be done for now. And when I put the, oh God, ribbon everywhere. When I put the next one on, I want it to go directly across from here. So it's gonna go like right here. And they're just going through the mesh onto the frame and tightening them up. See, I don't know what any of that meant. But they didn't say spine cancer, so I guess that's good. I had x-rays done in 2019, and I guess that said that they were the same, so who knows. The physical therapy is helping tremendously though. I think that coupled with finally the right medication. I was about to say, if this bow fell behind this table, y'all, we was about to have a problem. Alright, then these are on here. I'm gonna put this one right in the middle. Oh, I usually have such a hard time getting through the mesh, but it's just going right through today. Well, my finger's working today too, so that might have something to do with it. Maybe. Alright, let's trim these. Well, I guess they saw whatever they needed to see. And I'm sure my primary will call and tell me what's going on, since I understood none of that. I like how they're open to 5 and I called it like 4:57 and they were like, we're closed. But yeah, Patreon, Amanda Brown, I went to go look and I got cut off. Thank you, Amanda Brown. I know she watches all my videos because she's the true stan. I felt bad because I like had stopped uploading to Patreon because I was like, all right, nobody's gonna do all this stuff. Like I was still making stuff and like doing the after shows and stuff, but I was like, eh. And then I'm waiting for my x-rays and it said, you know, you have a new patron, and I was like, oh man. And then she's like, you know, I signed up and I was like, oh, there's really nothing, like there was stuff there, but none of the videos and stuff. So I came home and I did that while I was eating. I was like, let me get something up here because I feel terrible about me taking her money and there not being, you know, a whole bunch of content. Like there's pictures and stuff, but none of the after shows, because I want to upload them as, you know, want to upload an after show for a video that hasn't come out on YouTube yet. So I got all that fixed. I just had to post them. They were already done. But yeah. So if you want to join, you know, you can go talk to you, and Amanda can have me all to yourselves for right now. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, we'll have plenty more. here. I think I was cold when I woke up, and now I'm hot again. And this dry mouth is killing me. I don't have anything to drink, but I'm almost done with this, so. I told the therapist, she's like, when she set me up on the little Stairmaster bike thing, she's like, Dean, anything? And I was like, can I please get a cup of water? She's like, is it too much for you to do? I was like, no, it's fine. I said, I'm literally like just walking for 10 minutes on this thing. I said, I just, you know, I'm on these muscle relaxers and I am parched. Alright, now we have, how many do we have of those? We have 2 of each. So, wait, the stripe goes, I already forgot what we did here. This goes with the blue. And the 2 dots go together, is that right? Is that what I did? Yeah. So, where I like to fill these in is one here, usually one here, and then my whatever will cover whatever else is left exposed. So I'm gonna fold these in half. Pleat it, fold it, burn it out. This is the only thing about working ahead is that I have no way of finishing this wreath right now. I could have sworn Michael's or one of those places sold like big like star cutouts. I was gonna get one and just kind of, you know, like paint it and distress it, but no such luck. Seriously? Alright, I lost one of my ribbons. Business. Look at it. You're not getting away from me. Okay, you know, our last 2, one's gonna go like here, one's gonna go in here. These are going in the center ring, the middle ring, the center ring, whatever you want to call it. You know, we've had a Chinese buffet that closed down in March of last year. This is being filmed, I think I said that already. It's the end of February right now. It closed in March of last year and it's not open, and I'm worried that it's never going to open again. Which it didn't have the greatest Chinese food. Like, it wasn't like a great Chinese buffet, but they had an excellent sushi bar. I mean, all you can eat sushi for like $7. And I know for me that's like 7 pieces, but still. I'll get sushi and wonton soup with just wonton noodles in it. Like, it would just be like a bowl of noodles, of the little dumpling things. My mom would be so upset if that place closed. My mom is little bitty, y'all. She weighs 120 pounds, little bitty. She is, if she is going to a buffet, all you can eat, she's eating all she can eat. I've never seen anybody put away food like her at a buffet. She's like, I'm just getting started. And I was like, oh God. I'm like, I have to throw up. And she's like, I'm just getting started. All right, go in, sis. Okay. So there's my last tie. Cut that off. So that's how I like to handle these when I know there's going to be something else in here. I don't know what it is, but it's going to take up right here, so there's no point in me putting ties in. We gotta pull that a little bit more. So there is our standard base with cruffles. Were they cruffles that we did? Curls? Ruffles? Curls? Something. So I would probably either do it like this, with the bows over here, and then my accent over here, or like that. I don't know. I will find something, and then I will add this in there, but that's not going to be probably until I order from Craft Outlet again, so yeah, I'll come back to this when I have something to add to it. I think that this has been the longest I've gone between finishing a wreath and actually finishing it. I ordered a sign. It just says "God Bless America." It was the right navy, the right red. I don't know enough. I was at a loss. Oh, I need to refill my staple gun because it has been acting up, and I was like, "What's wrong with this thing?" But it had like 2 staples left in it, so. Wow, good thing there wasn't one lodged in it because I just did that up against my hand. Okay, I'm dumb. Don't do that. Why is it every time I put staples in here? Wouldn't you think that this whole thing of staples would fit in here? If anybody wants to know, I use the Power Shot. It's a model 5700M, and these are the T50 staples. I don't know if they're T50 and they come in different lengths, or the T50 is a 1/4 inch, but I use a 1/4 inch, so there you go. I'm going to staple these in the corners. Make sure I actually stapled it. Sometimes you think you staple it and you haven't. I know I don't normally do this on video, but it's like, let me sit down and do something today so it's not a total loss, because I have just been like, bleh. You know those days where you just like, bleh. I have no idea what I filmed in the first part of this video because it's been a while. I think it's been like 2 weeks. But I hadn't ordered anything from Craft Outlet, so when I ordered recently, I was like, let me remember to grab a sign for the wreath. And I did. I'm going to give these a couple little twists. Sometimes I add glue, sometimes I don't. I usually add glue when I'm like, wait, did I get it? But these, I definitely got all of them, so. sometimes I double these over, like staple in the middle and then use the two ends, but lately I've been like, let me just use an extra 2 pipe cleaners to put these signs on and make it a lot easier on myself. Alright, so let's bring our wreath in here. I think what I'm gonna have to do, oh, it didn't drag anything over with it. Cool. This is either gonna have to go in here like this, which I don't mind. See, I like it like this too, but that would be sticking way out. Or I can put it in, I can take this bow off, put it in here. I'll put it over here and then put the other bow over there. Or I can just put it in like this and it would hang. Huh. Because the bows are on one side and I don't want to put the sign underneath. What do we think? What do we think? Quick, 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 quick. I'm going to take this one off. Temporarily. Okay, let's take this one off. Put it over there. Let's cock this slightly this way so our sign can go across the middle, but closer to this side. I bought a new pack of needles at Walmart yesterday. I don't know where they are, which means I probably lost them somewhere between checking out and coming home, or putting them in my cart and checking out, because that's usually the thing. And right now, because these are longer, I can just push them through. Where's this pipe cleaner coming from? Is that something I didn't cut? It sure is, wow. Fix that real quick. How's everybody doing? I don't know if I said the date in the last video, but today is the March 6th. And I know I haven't worked on this at all in March because it's been hanging on my floral wall with all my florals, and every time I go over there to grab something, I'm like, I need to finish that wreath. Are we doing it now? This video is not posting to May, but of course it's March, and I'm like, I need to finish that wreath immediately. Alright, now all my pipe cleaners are on the back. This is when I am going to take the time to, yeah, I want it like, I don't want it straight, obviously. Even if I wanted it straight, it wouldn't be straight. So I'm going to go, this is my top corner. I'm going to do this one first. Just wrapping it around. This corner's down. I'm gonna go opposite side, bottom corner now. Whichever one you want to do next, just to try to get this parallel with the back of the wreath. So like if I pull it this way, you see how, let me try to show you, like we want it like this, but if I pull this one, see how that side sinks down? We don't want that. We want it on there, but it doesn't need to be like tied directly into the base of the wreath. It's not gonna go anywhere. What is it? It smells like my glue pot's home, but it's not. So I kind of look like I have it, you know, my line of sight is like right here. So I'm looking just to make sure that it is not, but once you get all the other three down, it's pretty hard to pull this one any tighter. I hate when these little things are like all there. And then we're just going to take this bow and move it to this empty spot. Right, there's another one right here. I have to go through and do a pipe cleaner check on this one. We must have been very involved in whatever we were talking about for me to miss 2 pipe cleaners. Please go through. I am dying of thirst. I need to end this video and drink an entire gallon of water. These pipe cleaners are too short to use a needle on. I'm going to pull these longer loops this way. I don't want anything covering up the sign too much. And I don't want these little straight, straggly things. Whoever gets this wreath is gonna, you might find a couple of surprise pipe cleaners. But I think that looks like it's all of them. So that is finally done after several weeks, or, well, it has, I know it hasn't been a month, at least I don't think it has. Yeah. So we'll go on the door with this slightly sideways, or, I always, this is like, when I design a wreath, this is how I see it. If you want to hang it with the sign straight, if you want to hang it with the sign going that way, after it leaves the house, it's yours to do with as you wish. So, thanks for watching. That's not even cut. I did promise this wreath to someone. If it's on Etsy, she did not want it, so it will be linked down below. I promised a Patriotic wreath to somebody who wanted one. If she doesn't want this one, it'll be linked below on Etsy, along with a link to all my other wreaths. Patreon if you want to join us over there. Venmo if you want to buy me a box of great value coffee, and Instagram if you want to follow me there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.